And we return to the Uniques as they wrap up the meeting with the Council of Waterdeep and get some information on how to potentially get to the fugue plane to weigh the hearts of 3 great worms to see if they're still worthy of their station. Um, and yeah, that's about it.
Oh, and I should have asked you this before, but did you get my message earlier, Beck, about the other thing Rebecca would know about for the heart weighing?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know where he is though.
You know he was either based in Baldur's or Waterdeep, one of the two.
But she barely knows him, so.
Yeah. But yeah. Morgan walks away from getting Elminster's autograph, coming back over to Rebecca.
Hey guys.
Hey.
You look back and Elminster is gone.
Did it.
But yeah. If there was nothing else y'all thought of to talk to people about at the council.
No, the only thing I'll tell Morgan. I think our first attempt should be talking to the friend we rescued. See if she could potentially cast the judgment spell. Oh, actually, I talked to Elminster in whispers, so I'll fill him and Kunk, and Zarin in on well, I guess him, Kunk, Loki, Zarin, Orim, and Tia. Because they're the only ones that know. That of what Elminster told us. And then after that, I'll discreetly tell Morgan. Oh, and I guess Elia too. Yeah. And then after that, discreetly tell Morgan that I think we should try his friend first that we saved. See if they're able to cast this judgment spell.
And I believe Morgan was also given a warning for his niece.
Yeah. He'll. Oh yeah, Rebecca, you really should stop with the nicknames.
Well, does he not like it?
Let's just say that he said that people have been turned into frogs for less, and I very much feel like that was him suggesting that he might turn you into a frog.
Ooh.
And while that does sound kind of funny,
Rather inconvenient.
yeah, very inconvenient. Yeah, and I don't know if it's permanent, so yeah, I'd be careful if I was you.
Just think how many places you could sneak into if you were a frog, though.
But I'd have the intelligence of a frog. And no desire to go to the places that I would like to break into as a frog. Very well. Elminster wins.
The Minster wins.
Yeah, I guess that's what we should do when the moon rises. Go to the promenade and talk
I would
to.
say it's like late morning at this point.
guess I will, for the day, do my gym training. Do a lap of Waterdeep's walls.
They're not allowing people on the walls currently.
Oh.
You try, and a bunch of armed guards just look at you, weapons in hand.
Oh, I thought this was a prominent jogging area.
Nah, not with the current state of things.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right, City of the Dead it is.
The much shorter lap of walls. It's still gonna be what, like a mile?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
it's still about a mile.
do one lap of that and then have a rest. Do another lap, have a rest. Do another lap, have a rest.
Yep. And then you show up for your gym training.
And then the gym training.
Yeah, would Morgan and Kunk be going back to being beat up on the mountain, or would y'all be doing anything else?
I would go back to being beaten up on the mountain.
I like how you have to climb the mountain to learn from a monk.
Is Elminster like near me?
Yeah, if you want to do something before y'all leave the council chamber. Well, no, he disappeared after Morgan
Yeah,
talked
we
to
don't
him.
know where he went.
No, I had a question for him.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't here last time, so you can.
Yeah, you get your time in the sun with Elminster.
Yeah, we can say you had time to ask him something.
With the minster.
Hate it.
So, Elminster visit?
Sometimes.
I have but one question for you, and choose to answer this or not. I gotta know.
What
What's
love
it?
is.
Well, how did you end up getting with a god?
I don't think that's common knowledge.
Okay, let me rephrase that. A man like you, you gotta have a love somewhere, don't you?
He really wants to know what love is.
See, that's not metagaming.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm running.
Man was on the can.
No, again, I was using the tweezers.
On the can.
All right, give me like all of 10 seconds. I'm logging in now. Come on. Oh, yes, I'm in. All right. You said persuasion.
Yep. I've had a few. Why?
Well, I'll tell you a little story. Maybe you'll understand why I'm asking. I had seen love once, and with people like us, I just don't think that we have the time anymore. Even though I'd love to. I'm trying to get at is ever since my god Eldath gave me a second chance, does it make sense to just give your unconditional love to your god?
How do you even answer that?
What do you call the It's not White Knight complex. What is the complex for falling in love with someone that rescues you?
Um,
Stockholm? No, no.
It's not a savior
Reverse
complex, because
Stockholm.
savior complex is wanting to save everyone.
falling in love
Reverse
with
Stockholm
a
syndrome.
Yeah,
savior.
reverse
Is it
Stockholm.
Shining Knight? No.
Name.
This is definitely a thing.
It's gotta
The
be.
knight in shining armor syndrome.
Imprinting, bonding.
You know, whatever it is, I think Zarin has it.
Transference.
For the first part of your question, if you don't make time to live, you'll lose what you're fighting for.
Right.
For the second, I am not a cleric or paladin or the like. I do not know what your relationship is with
Eldeath.
yeah, I was gonna
You're giving him a religion roll.
no
Do I
because
get arena points for this?
he straight up said Eldath. With the yeah, with the green goddess. I was
Yes.
trying to find one of the titles. But I believe a level of devotion comes with the path you have chosen. So I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Yeah, I think is the thing.
Man. Is it morally okay to fall in love with your god?
Depends on your morals, I suppose.
Well,
And the god, I suppose.
and I guess, yeah. And I guess the god, I suppose, but you're telling me that you wouldn't?
I'm only answering questions about you.
I never agreed to tell you my personal information.
I don't think he's allowed to tell you that personal information.
Mister will clip his balls off if he does.
Yeah, you want to know what it feels like to be disconnected from the weave violently?
The weave is stored in the balls.
The weave is stored in the balls.
Yes.
Specifically
No.
for Mister's chosen men.
Well, no. The weave is stored in the whole body, but it exits past the balls and gives you testicular
Yes.
torsions in both balls
Oh no!
No.
on exit.
All right. Yes. Well, guess I needed to just talk that out. I appreciate you listening, Elminster.
Always happy to help.
Thank you for your words of wisdom, the minster.
Yeah, I've gained absolutely nothing, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's
Me-
not every day you can ask him something.
Yeah, exactly. So
Apparently it is though.
yes, I just I drop zone of truth. Are you in love with a god?
No.
I mean, all
Do
I'm-
you
all
want
I'm
to be a
s-
frog? Plus, I'm sure he's immune to it too.
we do have art of Eldath's avatar from 3rd edition.
Let me see this.
So here's the question, Tom.
Oh my, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. I can see the appeal. Very, very Roman.
What's the question?
No, no, you already answered it.
Oh, I did. Oh, very good. Yes. So, Zarin has a complex. He does not say that to Elminster. He just walks away and he's kind of like almost ashamed, but his quest for love with his god continues.
Okay.
How is his sigil looking?
Forget it. Is it a necklace or is it on? What do you have
It's
it
on
on?
his shield.
It was on the
It's
shield.
on the shield.
Yeah. Okay. I would say it doesn't look any different than normal.
Okay, good.
She's almost flattered. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up on Google how to flatter a god D&D 5e.
Step 1, be a bard.
Yes. Yeah. Step 1, max out charisma. Step 2, go beyond max charisma.
I have max charisma.
You need to go beyond.
Yeah, you got to go even further beyond.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to put the item on last night. Oh wait, no, I had to obtain it through lore, right? Bean.
Yeah, we got to get you it first.
Gotcha, no problem.
But yeah. So I guess Rebecca, Oirin, and was Morgan going up the mountain as well? Or were you doing?
Yeah, so Morgan would like to go up the mountain. But if I
Okay.
still have time after that, before the day ends, I would like to finally sell that ring that nobody else wants, the Ring of Free Action.
I would say, with the morning basically gone. I mean, it would be 8 o'clock by the time you're done training for the day.
Ah, damn. All right, then I'll do it
Let's
tomorrow
wonder.
if I can.
Okay.
And then
So the
I'll meet Morgan
three
at
of
the
you make-
promenade.
Okay. The 3 of you make athletics checks.
Oh
Okay.
no, the thing I suck at.
Or no, dex. Y'all are making dex.
Oh,
Right?
I'm even worse at that.
Rebecca's doing con.
I'm doing con.
Okay. Rebecca, make a con check. Morgan and Oirin, not Oirin, Kunk, make dexterity checks.
And I don't have knowledge of a past life anymore.
I thought it was 3.
That's
Well,
because
that
it was over
because
3
we're
weeks.
that was a 10-day.
Whoops, wrong one.
Dex save.
There we go.
Okay. Morgan and Kunk have to roll something now, and I had to find what it is.
Oh no.
I haven't had to do this part of it before. Both of you roll me a D100.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, Kunk's fine. I saw the 7. I didn't notice the 17 was a save. I was reading the wrong one. Okay. Morgan, it's definitely harder today, but you don't get any bad effects.
Okay.
Mine might be elsewhere, realizing that you think you actually know of the person you saved. After what Elminster told you.
Yeah.
What would Zarin be doing with his day?
He's gonna be
Under mortar fire.
Yeah, the distant gunshots.
Yeah, I'm like on the battlefield, right?
You're just in Waterdeep. We don't know what you're doing.
Oh. I'm gonna go shopping.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
A fire giant belt.
I have somewhere that you're gonna get that. You don't have to buy that.
Oh, okay. What am I looking for? I'm probably just gonna pick up some potions.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all had found a potion shop down in the Southern Ward, before. And then also, if you are just looking for like healing potions, I believe there's someone in Trollskull Alley that sells them.
Okay. We don't need the wyvern saddle anymore, right? Or we do.
No.
Not really.
Well,
Rebecca's
that's-
keeping it at the um in the attic at Troll Skull for her though, just in case we ever.
Oh,
do
so it's
need
not on me then.
It. No, we each had one.
Yeah, we each had one.
Oh,
Although
that's
yours
right.
might be in my bag of holding. I don't.
They didn't fit because they're
Oh, yeah, they didn't.
fucking massive. We carried them.
Yeah. So Zarin, the elf that has the flower and apothecary shop across the street from.
Oh, the one I
Trollskull
tried to take
Inn.
on a date.
Yep. They sell potions, and then there's also the one that, the very eccentric man down in the Southern Ward that y'all had bought potions from before.
Okay. I will head to the flower shop first to see if I could re-spark a connection.
Okay. So when you walk into Coralon's Crown, you see, Follow, the wood elf that you had seen in there before. Busy working on something behind the counter.
Hello again.
Zarin, right?
Yes.
What can I do for you today?
I'm currently in need of some potions, if you are available.
I have a few types of potions in stock.
See how much money I have on me.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, boy.
potions aren't cheap, but they're not as bad as a lot of magic items.
I didn't realize I was like this poor. Oh. How much is it? 1 platinum again?
It's 10 gold.
Not as poor as you thought.
Okay, let me do the math real quick.
Between all of that, you have about 750 gold.
750. Yeah.
Between, like, if you add in the Electrum as well.
Fucking Electrum. Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm in the market for some typical healing potions. If you got anything extravaganza, I will take a look at it too.
Currently I have healing potions, both regular and greater. Potion of climbing, potions of water breathing, and potions of animal friendship.
Why do I feel like water breathing is going to come in? How much is the one for water breathing?
250 gold.
You guys do exchanges for items too?
Oh no.
Sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on
willing-
the item.
I'm willing to trade some very valuable items in my backpack. Along with money, of course.
Okay.
Here's a
what
stick
do
I
you
found
have?
on the side of the road.
It's how much does a wyvern saddle go for?
This is a potion shop. Why is she buying a wyvern saddle?
It was magic, for what
What?
it's worth. But yeah, I mean, you're not gonna trade in anything for as much money as you would get going around selling it, because this isn't something she can just resell herself.
Right.
You know you're
Oh.
ridiculous, right?
I'm ridiculous.
Yeah, you can't like imagine walking into Walmart and asking if you can barter.
I mean, in a level of fairness, that's not a good example, because the barter system does still exist to more of an extent in
Yeah.
D&D time. You're not wrong, but it's not as bad as walking into Walmart.
I'll give you six
it's
cows for
going
my
to the-
groceries.
What it is it's you're going to the farmer's market, to the person that sells produce, and you're trying to sell this chair that you have. Do you actually have the saddle on you? Because they
Yes,
were
it's
very
still
big.
on me.
It's like 80
Okay.
pounds.
I mean, he is strong. He is strong.
It's 40 pounds, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're make a persuasion check.
Yes. Yes, I'm good at these. Yes.
He is good at these. Imagine having a good persuasion modifier and being able to roll above a 10. Could it be me?
Okay. Gentlemen, I must depart.
Okay.
How long's your meeting?
That's
Depends
the
on how
problem.
much shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
And how quickly the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and be back as soon as possible. I would hope that it doesn't take more than an hour, but I know that that's probably gonna be the minimum. I already told these guys though. I said, do not stop me. I will fucking yell at them if they start talking in circles, because I'm not putting up with that. I don't want my time wasted.
Yeah, I may not be here when you get back then because I'm going to be leaving halfway through. So.
Well, whoever takes Morgan, please sell that ring for me if you can, and don't let me die.
Peace.
All right,
I'll let you
Morgan
die.
assaults the town guard by himself.
Yes.
Morgan assaults Elminster by himself.
Yes. You're not fucking Tiamat.
I mean, Rebecca can get him there.
I could, yeah. I got the tuning fork of Avernus.
This is true.
It's that clip of it's that clip of Drax when Tony's pointing the blaster at him, saying it's okay, I can take it.
I mean, it's also unfortunate because I'd have to go with him. I can't just. Oh no, I can banish him there.
You can't
Yeah.
choose where you banish someone.
Yeah, you do.
Do you?
On the plane of existence you specify. It's a random location.
Banishment does that?
No, plane shift.
Oh, you can plane shift someone else without plane shifting yourself. Okay.
Yeah, you banish them to a specific plane.
Gotcha.
Basically. They have to do a save. If they're unwilling.
If you're buying more than one potion, I could be persuaded to take that. I would consider taking that.
You'd consider taking my saddle?
I mean, didn't you offer the saddle?
I did.
Yeah.
So what's she offering in return? Like it just like a better price? Or I heard bag of holding for some reason.
If you're buying more than one potion,
Oh yeah,
she would
100%.
use that as part of the price.
Yeah, 100%. I will buy multiple potions.
Okay. So she will knock 200 gold off of your price for that saddle.
Jeez, that's a expensive saddle.
I'm not nearly as much as
Terrace saddle.
Yo, Tarask saddle, let's go.
All right. I'll take one of the water breathing ones, and if I could have, do you have any potions of invisibility?
No, I have potions of animal friendship, potion of
Yeah, yeah.
climbing, water breathing, and healing and greater healing.
Okay, I'll take the greater healing.
I suppose I could make some potions of invisibility, but that would take a while.
How long?
With the other things I already need to be making, about a 10-day.
10 days? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
a
Oh my
10-day
God.
is a week, which is
Oh, that's
10
right.
days.
A week is 10 days. Yeah. If you want, I can. If you need like to grab the materials, I can go get them for you. If that will help.
Let me look at what a potion of healing, or a potion of invisibility. I mean, I will say, potion of invisibility will be very expensive. They are a very rare item.
This is true. Hopefully, she will be so kind after I'm getting the materials for her.
As in, it will be out of the price range of what you have on you, for sure.
Let's see. Free food at our bar for life.
That went over very well when you gave a discount for life. See, you can see how Rebecca and Morgan would take it if you give away free for life.
I see. Beck is probably fuming right now, just waiting for me to say something.
No, I'm more annoyed with your constant, here's a stick. Give me free shit.
I'm giving valuable items.
It was a quarterstaff.
It was. I still have it. I was going to offer that up next. 200 gold saddle.
I will tell you now, you're not going to be able to afford the potion of invisibility unless you get a lot of money from Morgan or Rebecca if they have it.
How much does it cost?
The base cost for a potion of invisibility is 25,000 gold pieces.
I see. Oh.
So I mean, you can.
Another time, perhaps. I'll just take the water breathing and the greater, please.
Okay. So that would be 500 gold, but then she knocks off the 200 for the
300.
saddle, so 300.
I can do that. I hand her what, 30 platinum?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I'll hand her 220 platinum and give her 100 gold.
Okay.
220 platinum? You're
No,
generous.
20 platinum and 100 gold.
Well, you said 220 platinum.
Did I? Oh.
I mean, give it a big tip.
Listen, she's gotta like me.
Oh, Eldath will definitely go for you if you also are hitting on wood elves next door.
Listen, it's not.
What else devoted a Coralon?
I'm not cheating on anybody if I'm not with anybody. Remember?
That maybe in Tom World, but no.
It's not cheating. But anyways.
They were on a break.
Yes, they went on a break to fuck and then got back together.
But yeah, so you get that. The others' training goes well. I believe you're less than a week of training left. Yep.
One water speak potion.
I don't know how Morkin would react to now knowing who the person you rescued is.
DM him?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Actually, there is. I haven't rolled for this today. Rebecca, as you're making your way,
Making my way.
well, actually, it'd be you're making your way north. Kunk's making his way back up north as well, but I don't know if would Kunk be going to the bar or going with Morgan to go talk to the drow?
I'd probably go back to the bar.
Okay.
Dream about
Uh,
fishing.
Wishing he was fishing. But as all of you are making your way back north at the end of the day, you hear some commotion, as it seems like a decent presence of the guard and the watch are making their way towards the north gate.
Um,
And stopping traffic from continuing northwards on the high road.
I'll approach the nearest guard, ask what's going on.
At first, it looks like he's just gonna keep doing what he's been saying to other people of official business. Please go back to your home. But he notices who you are.
I'm a registered magician and a member of the Waterdeep Council. What's going on?
Yep. There's a reports that a hobgoblin warband is approaching from the north.
Hobgoblin? Have I ever heard of a band of hobgoblins or like just a roaming tribe of stuff like that assaulting Waterdeep in recent memory?
A gobhoblin.
Because that sounds insane to me.
I mean, I would say he hasn't. They're not. It doesn't seem like he's sure they're assaulting.
With their approach.
But yeah, you got to be careful with these things.
Yeah.
But I would say, I mean, yeah, they're Waterdeep's main protection, like the dragon ward, only helps against dragons. Hobgoblins, or goblin tribes or orc tribes
Kobolds.
have in the past. Yeah, the various, wandering war tribes have assaulted Waterdeep. Not super lately, but during your lifetime it has happened. Like before the Second Sundering, when you were young, you would have heard stories.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
I would- Yeah, I wouldn't say you know of many specific hobgoblin tribes. You do know of one, for sure.
In the area.
Well, you met and became part of Azarok's Legion down in Undermountain.
Legion. That's right.
Which would be a hobgoblin war tribe, but they had settled down inside the Sargoth flavor of Undermountain. Orcs. You met one orc tribe, well, emissaries of one orc tribe, when you were in the Serpent Hills. You'd also know that giants occasionally attack the city from the mountains to the north.
Well, I had other plans, but I guess I'll head to the North Gate as well, see if I can pitch in case things go south.
Okay.
I mean, it is part of my duty as a mage tower person. What's the
A magist. You're part of the Watchful Order of
Watchful
Magists.
Order? That's it. Yep. I was like scrolling through all my items looking for my badge of it. Yeah, Watchful Order member. So I'll make my way to the North Gate.
Okay. Kunkin's there, and you also hear this commotion. Would you be making your way up there as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. You'd all get there at roughly the same time. And I would say as you climb up the steps to get a look over the wall, you would see there is indeed coming from... There's still a good ways out. They'd be... The ones you can see would be about there on the map. But there does seem to be a good 30 or so hobgoblins. And what looks like a couple of bugbears and actual goblins. Not exactly what you would think of for assaulting a city, especially this big of one, but they could just be the forward
Vanguard.
group.
Oop, ignore that. I'll have Andromeda shift into a bat. Fly speed 40 feet. Turn invisible and fly off towards the group and see if she can figure out, overhear what they're saying. Though it probably will be in Goblin, which I don't understand.
And
I do though.
I'm assuming you do. I'm assuming that Aquaza also does not understand Goblin.
It does not. Abyssal and Common and Celestial, technically.
Okay.
Actually, I've never tried this before. So with Pact, where is it? Voice of the Chainmaster, I can project my voice through Andromeda, even if she can't normally speak. This might be something that we'd have to practice. Is there a way that she could project her voice through me?
Not without you trying to figure out how to do that.
Okay. So, not something to attempt right now, but yeah, if she, I know Morgan speaks every language, but I don't know Kunk speaks Goblin, So when she gets there, I might try to like say the phonetic pronunciation of what I'm hearing them say, to see if Morgan can figure it out.
Okay. As she gets closer and is able to make out more of it, because it is a good 4-ish miles to that crossroad, a little less down. She would notice that they are carrying a banner, or a war banner. It is a yellow banner with a bloody handprint inside of a red triangle.
I'll describe that to the group around me. Does that sound familiar to anyone?
Could I make a history check?
You can,
Oh no, they're
and
here for Kunk.
so can Rebecca and Zarin and Morgan.
Ooh!
I'll roll Morgan's.
Good effort, Saren.
Yo,
Literally.
critical history.
Critical history.
That's on brand too. I think Dylan normally rolls really good on dumb history checks for Morgan.
I mean, it's very in character for someone who spends most of his life at a bar picking up random ass facts.
Yes. Though even Zarin succeeds on this one.
Oh, it's
Because
not,
it is
it's not a hard
personal.
check, okay.
I will direct 3 of you, well, all of you, to look at your player handouts, and specifically your visas.
Oh, this is Azarok's Legion.
Oh, I don't have a visa.
Yeah, you weren't with us.
You weren't there. You would recognize it as there used to be about how old's Kunk?
I'd say mid to late 20s,
Okay.
maybe early 30s.
So you've never, you would never have seen it, but you've heard stories with that role of a hobgoblin warband that used to be in the north that was called Azarok's Legion, and it
Okay.
disappeared about 32 years ago, a little over 30 years ago.
Okay.
And for the 3 of you that had been in Undermountain with them before, there used to be a ton of goblins in that army as well. There used to be more hobgoblins than this and a lot more bugbears than this. So you don't know if they're hidden somewhere or not. But you would know that that size doesn't match.
Yeah, we also didn't finish our quest with them. They might not be happy.
But I would say at this point, when Andromeda can see this, she would be about half a mile from them.
Okay.
She'd
I'll
be
let
around here.
a guard know. It's like, this is Azarok's Legion. Just so everyone's aware.
You did know when you were down there. I can't remember which of the group it was that knew it, but they shared with the group that Azarok's Legion hadn't been a problem in a long time, and you were told down there that they had settled down and they had taken over that entire level of Undermountain.
Could be someone
just kind of
masquerading as
stayed.
Azarok's Legion.
Right. I would say half a mile isn't close enough for Andromeda to see if she remembers the faces.
Yeah.
Especially because that was a couple months ago. And you weren't there super long.
And she wasn't there.
Oh, she wasn't there. Right, but you're looking through her eyes, so. Right, and I will say you would also remember there was a mind flayer in their camp as well, though he was apparently an ambassador from Skullport,
Yeah.
so not an actual part of the Legion. Would you have Andromeda keep approaching?
Yes. Just though I'll have her hide just to be safe.
But she's still a bat flying.
Yeah.
Um,
But she's
Okay.
flying quieter now.
yeah, so she's just as visible, but she'll be quieter.
No, she's invisible.
Oh, you have okay. Then she would have an advantage if she's invisible.
I'll take the 19.
Okay. She gets close enough to be able to see them, and and you would recognize, Azrock, the leader, Lurkana, who was his wife that gave you the quest. And also one of the other captains, you would recognize, though you didn't know their name.
Does Azarok still look blind?
Make an insight check. He's only survived as long as he had by making it not obvious. She can't tell. You can't tell like visibly that he's blind, but you would see that Lurkana is like whispering in his ear every once in a while, and then he changes route a little bit.
I see. Okay.
I'll also say with that insight roll, they don't look hostile, and in fact, most of them have pretty bad injuries.
Oh. They might not be here for battle. They look hurt and they might need help. Maybe they're attacked by the cult.
Are you saying that to the group or to the going over to some guards and telling them?
The group and some guards.
Okay. It's not like we can just let them in without knowing first. You know of them by reputation or
We've
personally?
met Azarok personally in Undermountain.
Well, and I would say this would be like one of the captains that you're talking to. How would you feel about if you already know them? You going out there and meeting them along their way and see what you can find out.
That works. I look at Morgan, Kunk, and Zarin.
So be it.
Okay.
I guess I'll grab Zarin and dimension door 500 feet onto the road from the wall. So it's not quite 500 feet from the gate because of Pythagoras, but that gives
So
him a head
almost.
start to there. Because Kunk and Morgan are faster than him.
Yeah. Kunk and Morgan do be... Well, Morgan be speedy. Is Kunk...
Kunk
know that
is a
Kunk
rogue;
is-
he can double dash. So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I'm slightly faster than Kunk, but just because he can double dash.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get ahead, and I guess they can catch up, and we'll just walk towards them.
Okay. So I'd say it would probably be about there that you meet him. Well, how close would you get before hailing them or saying something?
Probably to the point where slightly before the point where like you can start seeing faces distinctly. Just give them a wave.
Okay. I would say that most of them, they don't like draw weapons, but hands at the ready. If that
Yeah.
Especially since you said before you can really see faces, so none of them would recognize you. But they you would see what you think from this distance to be Lurkana whisper something in Azrok's ear again. They get a bit closer. Well, if it isn't our esteemed guests,
Azarok,
Azrok would say.
it's good to see you again. Sorry we couldn't fulfill our well, help out as much as we could have. We had to flee Undermountain in a hurry with our lives.
I'm sorry for that as well. But I guess for the time being, we're in the same boat on that second part.
What happened? Your crew looks pretty beat up.
This is all that currently remains of the Legion. Until we can rebuild our strength, the House Sovereign Dar stands unopposed, with a much higher foothold in Undermountain. Between them and that blasted mind flayer.
The ambassador from Skullport?
Yes. Yes, he took over a large group of our forces before it was brought to anyone's attention.
Well, guess the moral of the story is to never trust a mind flare. We had our own issue with a mind flare too.
Not trusting outsiders did end up being good advice. But we managed to escape. Well, those of us you see managed to escape through the Underdark. Through the Underdark to regroup and hopefully retake our stronghold in the future.
Abrandar having a foothold in Undermountain, especially as strong as it is a problem for Waterdeep itself. As that would potentially allow them more easy access to the surface to kidnap slaves.
Which I believe was why y'all were wanting to help them.
Yeah. It's also not a great time as the cult is planning on doing. As the cult of the dragon is planning on ending the world in a few months.
And on top of that, Beck, with them having a high, something you would note, well, all four of you would think of, given that the council meeting just happened a few hours ago. In a couple of months, most of the fighting force of Waterdeep will not be in Waterdeep.
Yep. So it's something that's got to be dealt with soon.
And also, Morgan has a personal interest in this.
Yep. Well, I probably shouldn't be speaking for the city, but we'll walk with you to the gate, and maybe a proper representative of the city can figure out what to do, whether to let you camp outside or allow you into the gates. I don't know. But yeah, this is something that is a concern of Waterdeep as well. So it's something that we could work together on the more in a official capacity rather than just a band of plucky adventurers.
All we want is somewhere to. All we came here for was for somewhere to hopefully camp in peace for a time. Heal back up before we find the forces we need to take back what's ours. Though help with wiping out the drow would not be unappreciated.
I imagine a quid pro quo with the city could be arranged. If they help with the drow, you could lend your aid in fighting the cult in a few months' time.
Tell me again about this cult. It's been a eventful few months, to say the least.
I will give him the rundown on the Cult of the Dragon, leaving out details that need to be kept secret.
Okay. I mean, you're with them, Tom. If you want to have said that while you were making your way out to the
Yeah,
people.
I was just thinking about that after I fucking said it. So in case things go south, Rebecca ended up picking up some more potions just in case.
Oh, I don't think this will go south, but thank you, Zarin.
No problem.
But yeah, so you would now be walking alongside a group of 40-ish goblinoids back to the gates of Waterdeep.
I guess I'm trying to figure out what would be better if we walk alongside Azarok or if we walk ahead of him. I think it would look better if we walk
Ahead.
alongside him.
Ahead. You think so?
Yeah, as like because that shows that like we're it's like a together thing rather than like we're leading them in.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, then Zarin will get in formation.
Apes together strong.
I was just about to say that.
But yeah, so you walk with them back up to the gates where there would be a contingent of both the guard and the watch waiting on the outside of the North Gate.
And I guess we'll give them the rundown of their plight. They were kicked out of Undermountain by House Obrendar, and they just need a place to rest and recuperate before they can head back and try and take them down. Although I will let them know that Obrendar having a strong foothold in Undermountain is a concern of Waterdeep.
Um, well, I'm not able to make that call. I'll see that they're left alone out here for the time being. He'll turn to one of the others. Unless you stop him in the middle of this.
No.
Suppose send word to the, I think Marshal is Elminster's title. Warden. Send word to the Warden and the Open Lord. And I would say, would you be waiting there, or would you think this matter's handled without you?
I think it probably would be best if we stay here, because I think if we leave, there's a chance of there being a misunderstanding at some point.
And I will also say, because it's been a while since Undermountain, Skullport is connected to the third level of Undermountain, and
Which is where they
specifically how
were.
you got there
Yeah.
was through the side that Azrok's Legion controlled,
Yep.
which is now in Drow hands.
And it
And
also
the
gives them easy
promenade is in
access to
Skullport.
Promenade. Yeah.
Well, outside of Skullport, yeah.
Damn, if only Dylan was here, because this would involve the Promenade and his house too.
It's true. Also, you wanted to go to the promenade, which involves his stuff. But yeah, I would say a few minutes pass. Before, actually, it's more than a few minutes. It's a bit of a run. Where is? Oh, it's way down there. As the messenger runs 3 miles through the crowded streets, you would notice, like from the outlying farming places out here, as well as people making their way around from other places. Quite a few citizens and the like making their way out.
To come take a look.
Come take a look. Mostly, you would notice that some of the farmers, you're not sure if it's because they are coming off of the farm or not. Pitchforks in hand. A lot of the people not looking the friendliest towards hobgoblins with a war banner. But the guard is doing their best to keep everyone calm.
I guess I'll
Or the watch, I mean.
start going around to some of the more injured individuals and just give each of them a healing light.
Okay.
I got 13 left today. So I can
And what is
I
that?
can
That's a
help the
D4?
13 most injured.
What is a healing? How much is a
A
healing light?
D6.
D6. Okay. Yeah, you help them. I mean, you spread it around to 13 of them. Doesn't get any of them to full, but definitely helps.
Yeah, I was specifically looking for the ones that are the most fucked up.
Yeah.
Desperately needed it.
Yeah, you would go and heal the one that's missing a hand and the bandages are soaked in blood. Still bright red.
Yeah, recent wound then.
Just one that doesn't want to close.
That too.
One of the two.
Like Loki's.
I mean, yeah, because of Loki's thing. But yeah, a few minutes pass. Probably like 15 or so. And right, you told the guard that you met them in Undermountain. You would hear, all four of you would hear a small pop sound. And a scroll would appear in say Zaren's hand.
Don't leave us in suspense, Saren. What does it say?
May I read it?
Yes, it would essentially be an instant summons back to talk with the Open Lord and Warden
For us?
about yes.
I think you might want to read this. And he hands it to Rebecca.
Maybe we should have gone with the messenger.
I think we're in trouble.
More of like seems like more information needed.
Yeah, I don't get that feeling. But
And if you were in trouble, they would have sent the message to the guard so the guard could arrest you.
Oh, true.
I'll look at Azarok and tell him like we've been summoned to go speak with the Open Lord and the Warden of Waterdeep. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you. You would make your way through the very crowded streets for 3 miles.
Yeah, I don't know the teleportation circle in the Tower of Waterdeep. So the Palace of Waterdeep. So we have to walk.
That feeling when Elminster makes you walk instead of just gating you to him.
I mean, that can only be done on a different plane of existence.
It's true. Yeah, so you would make your way to the Palace of Waterdeep, and it would have told you to go to the Open Lord's office, which you had been to before. When you enter, you would see that Open Lord Lady Lyra Silverhand is behind the desk, and then
Elminster's behind her to either the left or right.
yeah, he's
The
like standing off
Minster.
to the side. And I would say, yeah. So when the four of you enter, well, it does always seem to be something. With the
It's
four
not
of
this,
you.
it's that.
Why is it whenever anything happens, it's always the four of you?
I don't know, blame fate. That's what happens when you go running around the multiverse trying to save the world. You get a lot of connections to places.
I think it's great.
So, the four of you signed up with a hobgoblin warband
We
when you
didn't
were
say anything about signing up. We just said that
the
we
four
Yeah,
of you
what?
met with a hobgoblin warband.
Perhaps.
Well, Zarin didn't. Zarin wasn't there with us, was he?
I
Zarin
wasn't.
was.
Oh,
Zarin
he
was.
was. That's right. Okay.
Kunk was not.
Kunk was not. Well, Kunk didn't. But yeah, we met them in Undermountain. Had aligning interests. House Obrandar, of the Drow name.
Morgan's eye vein bulges a bit.
May or may not be related to my uncle. Well, they are related, but germ skills water whaley.
Water and holy.
Oh,
Home city water dipe.
But House Abradar has been gaining a strong foothold in Undermountain, and the fact that the Legion is here on the surface and not chilling out down there on the third level is concerning.
My understanding was that their foothold was considerably lower than the third level.
Is she referring to Azrock?
No, to the
Abradar?
House Avrandar. Yeah, you did know back then that somewhere much deeper down they already had a stronghold.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get an outpost on the third level. Or they had an outpost. They now have an outpost on the third level, and now they control the third level.
Yeah. Well, they probably have a main base deep down, but sounds like they fully control the third level, and I wouldn't be surprised if Skullport is having issues.
Fortunately, I don't think they'll have a very easy time with taking over Skullport for unfortunate reasons. I don't believe the Xanathar will give up his territory too easily.
The
But
promenade is also close to Skullport. That is would probably be a prime target for those who follow the Spider Queen.
I'm trying to think. Had you ever said anything about restoring the property?
I think they already know. I don't know if we have, but I'm sure they've noticed people going into the Dancing Haven, disappearing, and then coming back.
I will say this, because I agree, I don't think you have said it. Elminster would say, it was my understanding that the promenade had been not heard from for quite a number of years.
We weren't told that the promenade needed to be kept secret. It's just
No,
okay.
no.
That's actually one of the reasons why we were down on the third level for so long in the first place. We Morgan was tasked by his then new deity to go and find out what happened to the promenade, and we saved them from a bunch of basilisks. And over the past few months, they've been rebuilding.
Well, that's wonderful news indeed. An old friend of mine would be very happy to know that if they were still around.
I want to insight check that, see if like he's trying to bait us into saying
Well, that-
something.
Well, yeah, that would have been Laryl,
Oh, Laurel, yeah.
but yeah,
Hard to read.
he looks sad.
Looks sad, okay.
That would be about all you get from it. So the messenger said that you wished for Waterdeep to help them in retaking their stronghold.
Well, with the Drow having such a strong foothold so high up, it lets them easily, potentially kidnap slaves in the night from the streets. And also with the cult drawing our forces away from the city, it makes it all the more easy for them to potentially launch an attack on the city.
Yes, that is quite a concern. Unfortunately, Waterdeep cannot help down there. The arrangement that keeps Hallister from bothering anything above the first level of Undermountain requires that we do not interfere within his area.
Ah, I was unaware of that. Well, potentially you could offer some help to the Legion, and we gotta go back down into Undermountain, don't we? Fuck.
You don't have to.
We don't have to, but
That's been shown.
it's a bad idea to leave that be. And also, I imagine Morgan has vested interest in it.
Yes. Dylan's reply was, "Oh fuck," in all caps. This is very concerning to Morgan. His family is problematic.
this is complicated. We got so many things on our plate, and the end of the world is just a few months away.
You've been down there much more recently than most people I could ask. Those that made it any appreciable way in, at least. Were there any other large factions that would give them trouble between where they are now and the surface?
Other than the Xanathar Guild. There's also... Who's that bugbear a part of that betrayed
bugbear?
us? The bugbear that was, like, with a group. And then, like... I think they were fighting the Xanathar Guild or something. On, like, the first level.
There's the bugbears in like the very first room that you came to.
There was
They were,
one that
like,
was
hiding
around a
behind
corner.
pillars.
And, like...
Yeah. Though they
talked us into doing something, and then, like, Oh, with the vampires.
Yes. Yeah, so the bugbears were with the Xanathar Guild.
Okay.
But that bugbear told you a way to go. And that led you to the vampires.
Who were just a bunch of actors.
As far as anyone could tell, 2 of them were real vampires.
Yeah. But most of them were actors.
Yep.
And I think we did hire some of them. Because we told them.
You extended the offer.
Yep. I don't know if any of them came up.
Not yet.
Okay. There is a group of actors that pretend to be vampires. There's the Xanathar Guild on the first level. On the second level, I don't remember what was on the second level.
There was more Xanathar Guild that were like the stronger people. There was... I'm trying to think of who you left alive. There was the Goblin Market, and the Xanathar Guild would be all you left alive. That major groups.
The Xanathar Guild would probably be a problem on the second level. The Goblin Market, they'd have no problem with. That's still there. And then third level, that's where the Drow are. But that's if they go in through the front. Well, through the Yonnet portal, that is.
Right.
I look at Morgan. I don't know if the Promenade would be open to having a Legion march through there to go confront confront their mutual enemy.
Oh, so she wasn't asking about for the Legion getting down. She was asking about for House Sovereign Dar getting up.
Oh, getting up. Okay, just Xanathar. Okay. Well, if they can get to the Promenade, they have an easy way into the city. Plus, they can reopen the pit that the oozes come from. And that's just a bad time for everyone.
Yeah, I would say you see a dark look momentarily on both of their faces. At that.
Good shortcut to the 17th level. Dangerous, but good. But, yeah, it's closed. For now.
Hopefully it stays that way.
But yeah, if they can...
After all, the entire reason that the Promenade exists.
Yeah. They'd have to fight through the Xanathar Guild to get to the surface. But... if they're on the third level, they just have to break through the Promenade, and I think they already kind of know it's there, because I suspect they're the ones that sent them the basilisks.
I mean, most of the Underdark hates
Illustrious.
the good hates Lostry, yeah.
but that's what my gut tells me. It was Lothsworn Drow that did it.
Yeah, and then the promenade specifically also helps keep the bad doings of Skullport under control as much as they can as well. So the Xanathar also probably has a deal with, of issues with them. I mean, the Xanathar has issues with most everyone,
Yeah.
though, to be fair.
Not as fish.
Not as fish.
But I'd say the promenade is a big point of weakness in terms of defending the city against the onslaught of Auburndar. Not that I think it's a weak point. It's just strategically, it's a bit easier for them to get to the surface with it there.
Well, that and the River Sargoth emptying out into the Sea of Swords.
There is that too.
If you keep going past Skullport down the river. But yeah. So the city can give them assistance in letting them stay in the area and helping getting them healed back up, but we cannot
Directly.
risk bringing Hallister's ire with everything going on. Especially not with how much of the forces of Waterdeep will be devoted to the well.
I also don't think the Drow should be ignored. Especially
No.
with all the forces of Waterdeep being focused on the well.
No, we would have to find someone that is willing to go deal with the problem that is not an official act of the city.
Now, Bean, I have a crazy idea.
Okay,
We split the party.
explain.
So, we set up two groups. One will focus on getting the Great Worm's heart swayed, and then the other will go down into Undermountain to deal with Auburndar. Of course, with 2 additional characters each side. Like, this is more work for you, probably. But, like, we have, like, secondary characters that... So, like, say, Zarin and Rebecca do surface stuff with the Great Worms, and then Kunk and Morgan go down into Undermountain to deal with Auburndar. Me and Tom would play 2 different characters that go along with Morgan and Kunk, and then Dylan and Warren play 2 different characters to help with the dragon weighing, because that will probably not be as simple as getting that spell cast. We probably will have to go through Hades.
Damn. Rebecca abandoning her uncle to deal with his family alone. Well, not alone, but
It's what makes the most logical sense to me in terms of splitting. Morgan does Undermountain, Rebecca does the Great Worms, and then Kunk and Zarin, I don't know.
I will say, going with that requires, because I can't say that other word, that you have to tell 2 more people about the Great Worms.
What about Tia and what's his face?
Loki.
Loki.
Yeah, they could help with the great worms, I guess.
They
Or
could.
even
They
Oirin.
are not. They have not done as much to be quite as strong as you. Would be worth it. Would be.
Could tell Oirin.
Orm already knows. Actually, I don't think he knows the exact. No, he knows they're missing because I think Guillemot told them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Guillemot
he was.
there.
He was there.
Yep.
It's something you can certainly do. I'm not gonna tell you you can't.
This is. I don't know what to do, Bean. What do you guys think?
I like this idea.
I would say Morgan probably would like for you all to be there if possible.
Okay.
I have not asked him that, but that is what I think Morgan would want. Though you're making assumptions of what is going to happen when you ask about the spell.
Yeah, that's
You're
if.
planning before you need to plan.
Yeah,
technically.
that's if the spell doesn't work.
Right.
And we'd have to take on an entire army of drow by ourselves.
And if they have secured the level, it is probably more than just the ones that were there before. They
Yes.
probably have some of the stronger forces moved up now.
And we got fucked up last time we fought some drow. Oh, and I can't use Cyrus because it's not cult related. I hate the sun.
But yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I'll send word that they are allowed to stay outside the city and set up camp outside the gates. And to see what help we can send to them.
Yes, I was potentially thinking if we can help them with this, they could aid us with the Cult of the Dragon.
Perhaps. Or perhaps they will... We'll see. Perhaps it might be best for them to stay and maintain the defenses of their stronghold to not allow more
Havendar
of
to.
House Sovereigndar to come back.
Yeah.
Because it is not all of House Sovereigndar that would be within Undermountain. They're one of the ruling families of Shednasad.
Mr. Bean.
You head out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gents, you have a good night.
See you, Tom.
See you, Tom.
Have fun with the gunfire in the background, whatever the hell that is.
That's his police training.
There's gunfire in the back. Oh, that
What's
was
the
me tapping my
banging?
desk. That's me putting my arm on my desk.
How?
It does
Well,
not. It
you-
sounds
you-
like there's fireworks outside.
You mean this? Well, oh, I was cracking my knuckles.
No.
No,
What?
you'll have to listen back to the VOD because I swear to God, it sounds like fireworks are going off in the background occasionally.
Did it sound like this?
No,
No.
Oh,
it sounds like it sounds like fireworks in the background.
really?
Yeah.
He's just
There's no-
watching why he has a YouTube video pulled up of just firework sounds. And occasionally it leaks through the mic.
Silence, but like 10 hours of silence, but occasional fireworks sounds.
Yeah.
Alright. Y'all have a good night.
Good
Yeah.
night.
I guess where did you ask him to look for a? You asked him to look into a tuning fork if he could help you with a tuning fork to somewhere, right? Rebecca?
Hades
Specifically Hades. Yep.
or to the fugue plane if possible, but that's not so. Hades.
Yeah. And while you're here, this is the last one for now that I'm going to be able to give you on the house.
On the house, okay. Wait,
But
was
I
the
did
last
have-
one on the house?
It was. You've now gotten 2 on the house from him.
But I paid him for the tour. I gave him 250 for it.
Did you?
Yes, and he took it.
Oh. Then no, you paid him for this one. This one would be on the house.
Okay. What level of Hades?
Do we have cool ones for the other levels? Let me Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have an extra one on hand for the top level where you need to go. So you will have to find your way up.
Great, through pure evil
This one
land.
takes you- This is a tuning fork to Niflheim.
Niflheim.
It is an iron E major.
I got one for the material plane, one for the elemental planes of earth and water, one for Lyrinia, one for Avernus, and then one for Hades.
Specifically Niflheim.
Specifically Niflheim.
And don't spend any more time on Oinos than you need to.
That's the top layer, is it?
Yes, in the main front of the Blood War.
Yikes.
Also, a land riddled with disease, so have fun with that.
Right, that's a plan A, doesn't work. Okay. Thank you, Elminster.
He tips his wizard hat at you.
All right, I look at Morgan Zared. I look at everyone. All right, so I guess our plan is start looking into our other issue that we need to deal with. That would involve us going to Hades potentially. Well, Azarok's Legion recuperates, and if we do have to end up going to Hades, so we can get to the fugue plane. I'm being vague because I don't know if Silverhand knows. I'm sure
Or if
Elminster's
Elminster
told.
knows.
Elminster knows, yes. I don't know if Laurel Silverhand
no.
knows.
You don't know if Elminster knows. He was starting to put it together as
No, I told him about the Great Worms.
Oh, the Great Worms, yes.
That's why I was being vague
Yep.
about that.
I thought the other half of where you are going, which is the person that they are not to know about.
Well, no, I said that's plan A. If that doesn't work, we're going to Hades.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So we look at the plan A. If that doesn't work, either we do Undermountain first, or we go to Hades. Both do not sound appealing because we'd be either taking on the Blood War or taking on Auburndar.
Que no las dos. Bring the Blood War to Undermounted. Yeah, but from what he said, it seems like the one that you have the fort to is not too bad about the Blood War being fought there.
Yeah, but we have to go through the upper layer
Yes.
in order to get to the fugue
Yes.
plane.
Absolutely.
And a trip through Hades is no picnic, especially for those of neutral good alignment.
Oh, I'll tell. Hades is no picnic for anyone of any alignment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah. All right. So let's take a tenor and hope our
Hope-
monk loses his vow of silence.
Yeah.
Okay. So still in the room with the warden and the open lord. Would you just be asking that about Hades or about your other options as well? Like Avernus? Or Bator, I mean.
I'd say Avernus is off the table because of the people we're taking with us.
Okay. I will well. Okay.
Like I personally think that would be the worst decision we could possibly make in terms of trying to get to the fugue plane.
That's fair. I will say again though, Rebecca knows about like rings of mind shielding and the like that would make them harder.
Yeah, but we're not exactly flush with cash.
Fair. And I don't know how much those cost.
They're rare, so
Mind shielding. No, they're uncommon.
really?
The ring of mind shielding is 600 gold. And same thing
Oh.
with the amulet.
600 gold. 600 gold times 6 is 120. No, 1,200.
3,600.
3,600. Oh, my money is, my math is wrong. 3,600 gold. Ugh, I got 959 gold and 42 platinum on me.
You can always tap the business fund. But yeah, so asking Elminster about the if there's weird time bullshit with
Yeah,
Hades.
what do we need to be aware of for traversing Hades? Is there any like time shenanigans, effects that we need to be aware of?
Well,
'Cause,
Oinos is completely riddled with disease from all the beings that have been there during the Blood War. Nothing time related like you would see in places like the Feywild. The realm of Hades does have a couple effects on non-outsiders, such as making you apathetic against leaving. Or if you're very unlucky, turning you into a larva.
Oh, just by being there.
If you're there long enough.
Oh, crap. What about Avernus? I'd rather not go to Avernus, but just being there could turn you into a larva. That sounds a little risky.
Same thing about time. Nothing to speak of with differences in time unless you go into some of the divine realms or realms of the dukes can be affected by them. But on the whole, nothing like that. It is a dangerous place for mortals because of there being so many creatures that like souls there. But as long as you avoid selling your soul and avoid the fireballs that rain from the sky,
And don't bathe in the river.
bathe in any of the rivers, though the river Styx also runs through Hades. Where? There is, however, a effect that the plane itself can affect the minds of those who are not evil, drawing them more in line with the plane itself's alignment. Much like the lava thing, it's not a guarantee, and some can hold it off much longer than others. And the Blood War is also
There.
in Avernus, though not nearly as bad.
So we're gonna need, if we're, I think, as much as I dislike it, Avernus might be better. How much does a ring of mind shielding? Would that help protect against the alignment issues in Avernus?
Let me look at how the thing actually is worded. The effect.
Or an amulet of proof against detection?
Neither of those would help with it, though. If any of your, no, that's concentration. Things such as protection from evil and good are able to help against it. And there are certain spells such as Dispel Evil and Good that are able to restore a creature's alignment.
And also ceremony, I believe, too.
Probably.
Atonement.
Yes, Atonement does. Atonement does with a successful check.
Yeah.
Dispel Evil and Good does
Automatically. But
I don't know if Zern gets Dispel Evil and Good. I don't know how many levels he has.
he does not have 5th
Paladin.
level spells. We'd have to
Yeah.
get a few scrolls of Dispel Evil and Good. because Morgan can't cast it, Zarin can't cast it without the scrolls. Ceremony they both can because they both have first level spells.
Yes.
Okay, so
Um,
there are ways to reverse that.
and if it is a one, I assume that dispel evil and good is a cleric spell as well as paladin.
Yes, yes.
So Tia is also able to cast it.
Okay, so we can.
If you bring in inside outside help.
Yep. All right, it would cost. Okay, we'd need 3 rings of mind shield and 3 amulets of proof against detection to go through Avernus, which is expensive. Not as expensive as it possibly could be, but still, that's a lot of money.
Well, the Open Lord would say you need 4, correct? There's 4 of you.
Fuck. We are taking 3 individuals with us to the fugue plane for a matter of utmost importance of the coming battle. And due to certain connections these individuals might have, going through Avernus isn't really the safest without such avoidance. Such protections.
Okay then.
I tell you, but honestly,
Then I'd have to kill you.
I don't think I could.
She's just a politician.
Yeah, for the sake of it's one of those for the sake of the Sword Coast kind of things.
I understand.
Oh wait, we still got the council thing. Maybe we could get it from the Mage Tower without the Watchful Order, without too much money, and just return them at the end.
Yeah, you get at least a discount.
Yeah.
That is a considerable amount of magic items. So
Yes.
it'll
Yes.
not be free.
It will not be free, no. Even for rental. So we could do that. And that's all if Plan A fails. If Plan A fails, we have to go through Avernus. Because Hades is worse in every way. Once say we do have to go to Avernus, Elminster, how do we find a portal to the Fugue Plane?
Oh. Well, there are no permanent portals. You'd have to find where one opens. And for that, you would need to find some. You would need to. The portals there look like that would lead to the fugue plane. are a bronze color. Well, no, copper color. A copper color. And they'll appear to rotate.
How often do they open and close? Or is it random?
There's always at least one open, though they move around randomly.
I take it Avernus is one of those infinite planes as well.
No. It is, though most things are. I believe there's always one open within the central region, which could still take a couple days to traverse if you have to go all the way across. But it shouldn't be that you have to go out thousands of miles to find a port.
Okay. A few days, not bad. I do wish Plan A works first time. But, right, thanks for the information.
Good luck. Hopefully Plan A works, though you seem to be making sure you're well prepared if it doesn't.
Prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Indeed.
Well, thanks for at least letting the Legion camp outside.
Yes, hopefully we can make sure that the Drow do not cause a problem.
Right,
Though I wish I could offer more assistance.
yeah, as I'm sure Morgan would probably say, "Goddamn Hallister."
We could send the army of Waterdeep down there. They'd wipe out the Drow, no problem.
But then we have to
But,
deal with Hallister.
But the penalty for that is a little steep.
What if we give them all like fake mustaches and funny hats?
That'll trick Hallister. I think you just solved the entire problem. He spends the rest of his life looking for the men with funny hats and mustaches. But they were never to be found.
Right. Well, I want to go talk to Azrock again, but on my way, I will stop at the Watchful Order to pick up some diamond dust.
Okay. And how much diamond dust are you buying?
Probably be a good idea to get a few castings worth at least. I'll get 4 castings worth.
Okay. I think that's like 400 gold.
Drop 4 platinum.
40 platinum.
40 platinum. Fuck. That's right. Yeah.
Right? It is 100 per casting, right?
Yep. using one on Azrock immediately, so I'll have 3 lots of it. And then I guess they probably already know, but we'll tell Azrock the news, and that depending on how other things that we need to deal with go, either all of us or some of us will help with retaking the 3rd level and dealing with the drow.
That is good news. And thank you for seeing that we are able to stay here until we are restored.
I wish the city could help out more, but fucking Hallister, man.
Which Kunk and Morgan are having to translate this. I forgot. Between Kunk and Morgan are being the translators whenever y'all are talking to Azrock.
Wait, he doesn't speak common.
No.
There is something I want to try though. I want to cast a certain spell on you. It's a. How many of his people are around?
They'd all be pretty close.
Okay, Morgan, I need you to whisper in the ear that this is Greater Restoration to potentially see if it will fix his eyes.
Yeah, he would do that. If you think it will help, Morgan would relay. Or Kunk would relay. Whichever one of them would relay, would relay.
I cast Greater Restoration.
You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1, or you can end one of the following effects on the target. Effect that is charmed or petrified, 1 curse, including an attunement to a cursed item, reduction to 1 ability score, when reducing the target's hit point max.
Probably be a curse.
His eyes do not seem to change.
Damn it. Might need regeneration. Is Tia able to cast regenerate?
No, what is that? The
Seventh level
spell?
yeah.
Look at Tia real quick. So not last time her sheet was leveled up, though since she did the Cholt thing and she's done 2 of the rescue missions for the Great Worms, I'd probably give her a level. So what level do you get 7th level spells at?
13th.
Then yes, she would.
I guess I would have grabbed Tia then, just in case Greater Restoration didn't work.
All right, so The furbolg touches the hobgoblin for a and regenerate does not have a pricey material, luckily. And I don't know if this works. So let me. So Beck, I'll let you tell me if you think this works or not. He was born blind. He's never lost his eyesight.
Depends on what is causing the blindness. Because just because you're born blind doesn't necessarily mean it's the same kind of blindness. Like if it's, say, a degenerative condition.
It was just already fully degenerated by the time he was born.
Yeah, I think this would restore it. If it's something where like he was just born without eyes, then it wouldn't, because there's no body part to restore because he never had them. But he does have eyes. They're just
He does have the eyes, but he might not have like the, there's other parts required for vision.
yeah. It's up to you on what kind of blindness it is.
Yeah.
It entirely depends on the type.
I think I'm gonna say, because it doesn't even give the option of, it doesn't say anything about restoring this in a different way. I mean, it says wish. And it says the dagger. So I'm gonna say it probably doesn't work.
Damn it. I mean, Erzat's eye would also do it.
Yes. If you were cut out one of his eyes and put it in there, yeah.
Oh, I apologize for our efforts not working.
He says it's appreciated. Yeah, so I assume y'all make your way back into the city.
Yeah, we'll go to the promenade.
Right. I think we might just end it an hour early with y'all going to the promenade.
Still not here.
Yeah. Promenade.
I'm gonna kill Dylan.
Rip. I think it's time. I'm gonna tell him to roll that death save. Hey Beck, can you roll a death save in chat for me? Just to sell this.
Oh no. I don't have advantage anymore, Bean.
I'll roll 1, 2. Oh no.
Something went horribly wrong.
He rolled one. I guess for completeness. Oh. Saren and Morgan passed at least. Yeah, we'll call it here.
Okay.
Sorry for it being so slow today. It was trying to give time for Dylan to get back.
Yeah, it's fine. I feel bad for being the one mostly talking, but like, no one else talks. Like I'm basically the face of the party, so I kind of have to.
I never really say anything because I expect you and Dylan to say stuff.
I feel bad about always talking though.
Dash me and Wee Wee.